Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to discuss advanced interview question and answers. For general and regular interview questions, we have already covered in this channel. In this playlist, you can check. First question: how did you implement a validation to restrict postings only to a specific cost center based on a company code? Based on requirement, we need to create a one validation rule in transaction GGB0 at call point 2. 2 means line item level. I'll show in the screen. Go to GGB0. Here, financial accounting. Go to line item level. Here we have two types of data. One is BKPF, that's header level data, and BSEG, that is the accounting line item. If you are already working, you are already aware of these tables, right? In the prerequisites, you can put it as BKPF, BUKRS. BUKRS means that's a company code technical name. Like this, you can see. In the checks, you can put it as COBL or BSEG. COBL is a structure, BSEG or it's a table level data, accounting line item table level data. KOSTL means the cost center technical name, and not in, you can put it as C100 as an example. And while saving the validation, you can put the message type is, you can save like example like only authorized cost centers only allowed for the company code, and assign validation to company code in 1000 OB28. If you go to OB28 here, you can mention new entries, company code, and the call point. Already we discussed the call point is 2 for line item. So 1 is for document header and 3 for complete document. You can put it as 2. We did for 2 only. And validation, our validation name, and activation. Here the activation status is always be active. Then only the validation will work. What is the difference between validation and substitution in FI? Validation is used to enforce rules by checking values and stopping the incorrect entries. For example, in the company code, if you put a validation, only some authorized GLs only should be entered. So if you put validation for the GLs, that only allows those GLs only. Otherwise, it's throw as error. These GLs are not allowed to post in this company code, something like that. Validation is used to check to post correct entries. Substitution is used to automatically fill or replace the values during the document entry. For example, substituting the business area from cost center using exit U100 in the GGB1. Another example, like in the document entry, if you are putting A cost center, that should be replaced with B, something like that. How did you configure EBS for clients with multiple bank accounts in the different countries? Configure EBS for bank format like MT940 and BI2 or CAMT, something as per bank. Define house bank in FI12. Assign transaction type in the posting rules in this transaction code, and upload a statement via FF_file. Used FEBAN for processing statements. Okay. Used for FEBA is for display, and OTPM is for search strings to auto map the GL like bank charges. Also ensure the variant and account symbol to set up it was complete. So here we configure the bank as per bank format. We'll upload the files. We do post processing through FEBAN. We'll do mapping for search strings, the OTPM. In APP, vendor invoice aren't picked in for payment. How did you troubleshoot it? So if a vendor invoice is not picked, what you will first check? Go to F110 proposal and check for common errors like payment is blocked invoice, payment block on invoice or master data, missing payment method for master or invoice, missing bank details or vendor or house bank in the master data, you can check. Invoice not due or excluded in the proposal for parameters. These are the common checks if a vendor is not available in the proposal. Like review the FK03, FB03 and the FBZP settings. You can check all these settings for if vendor invoice is not picked in the proposal. How did you configure payment method for different countries in APP? In the APP we have an option like define payment method per country. So country specific settings we have. From there we can assign to company code and vendor master. Assign DME format like XML and SEPA bank charges determined logic. Configure a ranking orders and GL account for outgoing payments. You can go through the settings. In SD FI integration, you face account determination missing for key. Error. How do you resolve it? Check the VOFA for billing type. Go to account determination procedure. Verify VCOVA table for correct combination for customer master account assignment group and material account assignment group and account key like ERL. Ensure customer or material master had correct account assignment groups. If account assignment groups are correct, it will pick the correct entries. Are corrected or added VCOVA entry as needed. Okay, if something is incorrect, you can correct it and add the entry in VCOVA. Explain how revenue account is determined in SDFI integration. The revenue account determination happens during billing. VF01, this is transaction based on VKY table, like parameters, chart of account, sales or customer. From the VKY, you can check all these parameters. Material account assignment, country, account key. This will you able to see. The system picks the revenue GL based on this combination. Based on these combinations only, the revenue account will pick from VKY table. VKY is transaction. Table means like C0001 to C0005. We have 5 tables. GRIR is not clear after invoice receipt. How do you analyze? Use MR11 to check GRIR balance. Quantity mismatch is there, MIGO and MIRO. You can check both transactions, and price differences also. From this transaction you can check. OBYC settings for RRX transaction type. PO setup for the GR based or IR based indicator is there or not. Material document, go to MB03 and invoice in MIRO. Okay, you can check all this. Based on this you can do analyze why the GRIR is not cleared after the invoice receipt. How do OBYC settings influence MIGO or MIRO postings? During MIGO, the entry is like inventory account debit to GRIR account is credit. During MIRO, GRIR account is debit to vendor account is credit. GLs are pulled from OBYC settings based on the valuation class and transaction key. We discussed many times in this channel how do OBYC settings influence how does document splitting support the financial reporting? The document splitting allows zero balancing by segment or profit center wise. Based on segment or profit center, you can split the documents. Ensure proper segment reporting for IFRS or GAAP automatically splits line item based on the defined rules. If you give the proper rules here, then it will automatically split the line items. Ensure the liability and asset entries are correctly split across the dimensions. Based on this, if correct splitting is happen, then there will be no issue. Thank you.